You never dated anyone but Elisha. Juicy. No. Hey you guys, it's Katie. I hope you guys are doing well. This is gonna be a fun video, and if you have not been on Instagram, then this is probably the first time you're seeing my haircut. And it's very, very short, and I kind of am loving it. It took me a while to adjust to it. I asked my husband to cut my hair for the first time, and we messed up by about this much. But I actually really like it. It's kind of fun. So yeah, that's new. And if you guys are not following me on Instagram, I am gonna tell you, you're gonna wanna follow me over there because I have some really fun stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Like you might have noticed here on YouTube, I have gone down to 1 video a week. I'm just doing a video on Thursdays right now. And that is not because I have not been filming. That's because I have over 30 videos right now that are filmed and over 200 video titles written out that I am in the process of filming for you guys. And this is not a course, but I am going to be announcing it within like the next week and a half. So go to my Instagram and follow me there because I really do want you guys to see this stuff that I'm going to be sharing with you. Today we're talking about assumptions, what you assume about me. And I actually was on Instagram and was like, what do you guys assume? A lot of you guys are new here. There's a lot of new people on Instagram. And so I was like, I'm sure there's some people that have some assumptions that would make for a good video. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the last assumption on here. And that was, I'm assuming you love to cook. This one was hilarious to me because I hate cooking. Like I dislike it with such a passion, and I try to create systems around it so that I enjoy it. And I might enjoy it for a day or two, but it's something that happens like every single day. And like I would rather do the laundry, I'd rather clean my house, I'd rather do anything than cook. Like if I was to hire someone, I would not hire a house cleaner, I would hire a meal prepper. And I'm hoping that's in my future someday, actually. You love Jesus and you want to be the best wife and mama that you can be. I can relate. That's awesome. We are kindred spirits. You have your life totally figured out. I don't have my life totally figured out. I don't know if anyone has their life totally figured out. And this is why. I think it's because life is always changing. I do feel like I have this season of life figured out. But then kids get older and they change, and some new like outside force hits your marriage and you have to change. Maybe there's a job change, maybe there's a move. Like life never stays like this, so you can't just figure life out. 2 months ago, my life was all over the map and I was like, I need to get this under control here. Like I need to say no to things and I need to find some balance. And I feel like I did, and I'm in a really sweet spot, but I would never say that I have life figured out because life is going to throw a curveball. I know it. You get up at the same time every day. I don't. I do not. So I get up at 5 a.m. on focus days, and those are days when I just really am very goal-oriented those days. Today I got up at 9 in the morning because I was tired and I knew that I needed some extra sleep. So I'm not a robot. I do think it's really healthy for your body to get up at the same time every day, but as a young mama with young kiddos, some nights are good, some nights are not, some days are good, some days are not, and so yeah, I kind of have to go with the flow. I love to get up at 5 in the morning though. You are the most loving, sincere, and raw wife, mom that I know. Aw, thank you. I know that's from my friend Ruth. I love you, Ruth. You get very annoyed when other people don't follow the rules of the road. You guys, I am so guilty of this. I actually get annoyed. I don't follow the rules of the road very well. I'm a very aggressive driver, and my husband hates when I drive. Like literally we get into fights over it because he's like, Katie, you make bad driving decisions and then you yell at all the other cars and it's not even their fault. And like, I know it's not their fault, but I just get like annoyed at other drivers. So I do get annoyed at drivers on the road, but that's because I'm not following the rules of the road and they get in the way. You are Mormon. I got this all growing up because I'm the oldest of 11 kids. So naturally people thought that we were Mormon or Catholic, and we're just Christians. I don't even know, like evangelical Christian, maybe. You never dated anyone but Elisha. Juicy. No. I talked to Elisha when I was 18 to 19. We ended things. And then Elisha went on to date another gal, and I had 2 boyfriends during that 1.5 years when Elisha and I were not together. And I learned a lot through those relationships. I think that both Elisha's and my relationships grew us up a lot and enabled us to actually appreciate each other. It was one of those things, actually, I thought I was gonna get engaged. I thought I was probably a month out from getting engaged with the last guy I dated. And then something took me totally off guard and we broke up like immediately. And it was just a crazy flip-flop of emotions right there because our families loved each other. I was so convinced that that was it. And I was really jaded just thinking that I was never gonna get married or maybe not get married till I was like in my late 30s. I was like, I'm gonna pursue business. I'm, you know, so over guys, that whole kind of thing. And Elisha and I started talking a couple months later. You hate public speaking. This is funny. I love public speaking. Like, I love it. If I could, okay, I have kiddos at home. So public speaking for me is not something that is going to be like an opportunity that I pursue because I want to stay home with my kids. But that said, like Elisha and I are in a network marketing company. Currently, we just take care of customers. We are not building the business side of it. But when we were, and we were leaders in that company, we would get called up on stage and asked to do speeches and presentations and stuff like that. And both of us totally ate that up. Okay, so this assumption is I am pregnant with my 4th. I'm not. I'm actually currently on my period. So this came from Instagram, and you guys know that I have been pretty tuckered out recently, and that's because I'm on my period. So similar symptoms, but I am not pregnant. And I know I get this question a lot, so I thought I would just throw it out there. What my husband and I are doing for like spacing our kiddos and just giving my body a little bit of a break. With my 3 children, they're 13 months apart and then 16 months apart, and in between those 2 I had a miscarriage. So I've been pregnant 4 times in 3 years. What's worked for us is we do the pull-out method coupled with a diaphragm, and then I have this like plant-based naturalistic spermicide that I use with the diaphragm. I get this question all the time, so this might be totally TMI to some of you guys who are like, oh my word, why is she going there? But I don't know, I just feel like it might help someone out there. I can't even remember what the question was. Now I'm just thinking like, why did I bring up a diaphragm? This assumption is you got pregnant while breastfeeding, and I did. Every time I've gotten pregnant while I was breastfeeding. You seem to be tireless and always able to take more on. You never get sick or just too wiped out to do it all. So this is false. I do 100% get too wiped out and can't do it all. I say no to so many different opportunities. And just like even right now, I'm only doing 1 video here on YouTube. And I am so specific about the comments I get back to and the work I'm doing. And I'm hiring people to help me. And I can't do it all. And I think that's something that I really am passionate about. It's that high achievers don't do it all, but they get it all done. And that's something that I quote to myself all the time. I don't know if someone else actually came up with that quote or if it was me. Okay, so look it up. You are super strict with your kids, considering they get a Tic Tac only on birthdays. I wish I was more strict with my kids. I think kids that grow up with parents that are strict, but also absolutely love them and give them the best that they can give them is like an awesome combination. I'm not as strict as I wish I was, honestly, and I hope that I become more strict as a parent. I think strict is such a like lame word, like I don't even like to say it, but like genuinely making decisions for my kids until they can make good decisions for themselves. Like I wish I made some better decisions for my kids, and I don't always make the best decisions for them. I do sometimes what's easiest for me and not what's best for them. You are more of an order of burgers and fries girls versus order a salad. Yes, burgers and fries all the way. You have sex a lot out of fear that your husband will be unfaithful. I'm guessing this person has listened to our podcast because I don't talk a lot about sex on here. My husband has never given me reason to believe that if I do not give him sex, then he will be unfaithful to me. That's like not what our marriage is based off of. It's an unconditional relationship. I like making my husband happy. He likes making me happy. It's fun. So Next question. Okay, so a lot of you guys are saying the exact same thing. You have endless energy. I'm trying to figure out how to communicate this to you because I am not a big fan of hustling and just consistently working, busy, grinding. I'm so intentional with my rest. And so I'm not on social media. I'm rarely watching something when I'm resting. While my kids nap, I rest. And I'm not like hustling and grinding and like constantly on this treadmill. If I need to sleep in, I sleep in. I do not want to get across this like high expectation of like, wow, she's just like motorboating along through her life. And like I do have a lot of energy, but I spend like $200 in supplements a month to keep that energy. And I sleep train my kids, and my kids nap at the same time. And so I have hours by myself during the day. My kids go to bed at 7, so I have hours at night. So yeah, I work hard, but I also rest hard. And I think it's important to keep those two things in balance. Because you will run out of energy. I've told you guys this before. I did have adrenal fatigue. My body cannot handle constant hustling. It will break down. You aren't friends with many non-religious people, and your sister's married religious men. So as far as like friends go, on like a super close friend level, no, all my friends are Christians. I think it's really important that the people that we surround ourselves with and are close with are building us up in the beliefs and values that we believe, because you do become who you are around. And so I want to be around those people in my really close inner circle that are building me up in those things. That said, I do know many non-believers and I love them, and I do enjoy the times that we get to spend together. And I have one sister that's married, and praise the Lord, she is also married to an incredible Christian man. You never have a lazy or unproductive day. So it depends on how you would say unproductive. I'm not a lazy person. I think laziness is when you don't do what needs to get done or what you should do. Laziness is like not taking responsibility for your life, I think. Unproductive? Well, I call a rest day a productive day because it is setting me up for success. So I intentionally will do nothing. You don't watch any TV. Well, we don't have a TV in our house, and I wish I didn't watch any TV, but unfortunately, YouTube is like, you can find TV shows on there, and you can find like shows on Disney and stuff like that. So while I don't have like a television in my house, I've absolutely streamed shows online or watch them basically after the fact. And I wish I didn't, I really do, because I don't think it benefits my life, but it happens. So this gal said, you hide your feelings really well since you are always so joyful. And I don't hide my feelings really well. Ask my husband. I wear them on my sleeve. If I am mad, he knows it. If I am upset about something or emotional, I will just break down crying. I genuinely have a lot in life to be joyful about. The Lord has just really blessed my life, and I do tend to see the positive. Like, my husband and I got into a fight over this when we were dating, because he's like, stop being Pollyanna, like stop trying to see the good in this situation. And I think I've actually brought him a lot over to my way, and we're just really positive together over here. I will say this, I am not someone who gets on Instagram to cry my heart out. Like, I'll go to a person in person. Like, I'll call my mom, or I will talk to my husband, or I will talk to one of my sisters. So I think people can mistake that as me hiding my feelings. But whenever you see me, I am genuinely feeling the emotion that I am showing to you. I do not show you every part of my life though, because I think that you guys can't be there for me in the way that my husband can. There's such an important place that people play in person in our lives, and I want to have a healthy balance between connecting with people. I love connecting with you guys online, but then whenever there's an issue that needs to be solved personally, then I'm going to solve that with a person. If you could live anywhere, it would be Bend. It would, oh, that's so close, but it'd actually be New Zealand. That you want to have at least 10 kids. You guys, legit, having children is a big faith walk for me. I love my children. I loved growing up in a big family, but each pregnancy is a really big deal. Each labor and delivery is a really big deal. Raising a child is such an important big deal. And I would be perfectly happy if we only had 3 children. So I don't know what the Lord has for us, and I am keeping my hands open. I know that if he blesses us at any point with another baby, I will be able to be totally stoked and on board. And we are talking about baby number 4 right now. But that said, there is no number in my brain that I'm trying to hit. You are an extrovert. Everyone thinks this. I was raised in a big family where we met people all the time, and I like to be liked, and so I was social and I was extroverted, and I was really extroverted around boys. I think I was kind of boy crazy growing up. I really craved that attention until I got married, and I only care about one man's opinion of me now. But I think that I jumped to go to social functions, and I jumped to kind of like flirt and talk with guys. And once I got married, I was just like, I got what I was looking for. Like, I am just a total homebody. And I mean, you guys, think of it. I want you to think of this real quick. Most of the people that you follow online are introverted. And you think of it, how many hours do they spend in a room by themselves talking to a camera to talk to you? Or talking to their phone to talk to you? There's like no one else around. And I think some people mistake that as being extroverted, but there's a reason why they have all those hours by themselves to talk to a camera. It's because they aren't hanging out with people. And that's definitely true for me. You have to be intentional to celebrate an accomplished goal before jumping in on a new one. Yes, I love the start of things so much more than the finish of things. Your life isn't so perfect off camera and social media. Well, I don't know what you see of my life and if you think it's perfect or not. Like, I mean, if you want to look around this room right now, like, I mean, this is like what I'm filming on. There's a pillow in the corner. There's my kids' toys here. You know, I mean, it's not like perfect all the time. Like, definitely what you see, there's stuff outside of the frame. I have some dishes in the sink downstairs. I have my makeup strewn in there on the bathroom because I just got ready for this video. Like, life isn't perfect. I try to show you guys those elements of it, but I can't. I mean, I'm not like reality TV. I don't have like a camera crew filming every breakdown and every moment. So no, my life isn't perfect, but for the season of life, I honestly couldn't imagine anything better. And I know that there's gonna be times, like if I get pregnant again with baby number 4, like when I get pregnant, I'm literally throwing up, laying on the ground, throwing my kids Cheerios. Like, that's how that season is. So there are seasons in my life that are like so messed up and like overwhelming and exhausting, but this isn't one of them. So I am so happy that this is like a really happy season, and I'll ride this wave till, you know, the next trial comes into my life. I think you overthink every part of your life. Well, that's an interesting assumption. I don't know what you call overthinking. I definitely strategize every portion of my life. So you might call that overthinking. I don't stress about it, but I love when something goes smoothly, when it gives me more energy, when I can get more time. So I'm very strategic about every element of my life. And some people might call that overthinking it, but it definitely doesn't keep me up at night. You either have a lot of downtime or are busy all the time. Well, I have downtime in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, and in the evening every single day. And then 1 day a week, I have a full day of complete rest. Thank you guys so much for putting in all your assumptions over on Instagram. This was a fun video to make. Hopefully I was able to actually answer some of your assumptions, and I really hope that these aren't just words, but that you guys see this come across in my videos and in my stories, and that we can actually get to know each other on like a deeper level. I love when you send me messages on Instagram, so thank you guys so much for that, and I will be back next Thursday with another video and probably an announcement on Instagram. So head over there again if you guys want to stay in touch, because I'm really excited to share some stuff with you guys. Okay, love you. Bye.